It's Tuesday, July 30, 2019, and this is Globespan 24x7 News. My name is Samuel Suknandan, coming to you live from Georgetown, Guyana. Here are the major headlines for today. Public Infrastructure Ministry issues high tides alert. More could be done to tackle child abuse, says ChildLink. Final draft for local content policy to be released soon. GGMC discuss plans to increase land reclamation fee, and 5th Annual Guyana Youth Parliament to commence soon. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure would like to advise the general public to take all necessary precautions during the spring tides period of July 31, 2019 to August 5, 2019. The predicted tide indicates above normal levels for this impending period. The Sea and River Defense Department considers the following areas to be particularly susceptible to possible flooding as a result of storm surges, which may include overtopping of sea or river defense structures. These include the Pomeroon riverbanks, San Sushi to Sarah and Maria's Pleasure, to Meerzorg, Wakenham Island, Canefield, Amsterdam, Endeavour, Cane Garden, Legwan Island, Windsor Forest to De William, West Coast, Demerara, Parika Market area and Salem to Sparta, Essequibo, East Bank, Essequibo, Water Street, Georgetown, Chapman Grove, Greenfield, East Coast, Demerara, Helena No. 1 and 2, Mahaika, Prospect and Fairfield, Mahaicony. The highest tides are expected to be on Friday, August 2, 2019 at 4 hours 30 at a height of 3.28 meters and on Saturday, August 3, 2019 at 5 hours 19 at a height of 3.29 meters. In addition to the captioned locations, all persons residing along the banks of rivers and low-lying coastal areas are advised to take all the necessary precautions against possible flooding. Precautions should also be taken by all Marines, including those operating fishing vessels and larger vessels. The use of beaches and foreshore areas for recreational purposes during this period is not advised. Persons who are affected can contact telephone numbers 225-9868, 226-1070, or 226-4368. The charge for responsible mining that mitigates and minimizes environmental impacts is definitely noted. With this in mind, Commissioner of the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, GGMC, Newell Dennison, said that he is pleased with the work his commission has executed. In brief remarks during a mainstream mines restoration workshop held by the GGMC at Herdmanson Lodge earlier today, Dennison noted that the mining company agency aims to decentralize information so as to have positive outcomes.
So I'm extremely pleased that all of you in attendance today are joining in this occasion to plant the seed, spread the word, and have positive outcomes from these efforts. I've had a happy look at the promotional, informational, educative products that will be rolled out today. These serving products are well aligned to the Green State agenda. They're also coincident with the intent of the environmental regulations within the mining legislation, which the GGMC is obligated to pursue. And the reclamation activities that we have undertaken demonstrate also the commitment of the GGMC to give effect to the associated conventions, such as the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification.
Meanwhile, the Environmental Division's manager, Carlos Tot, spoke of the importance of reclamation in the mining sector, noting that it is essential and is a requirement by law.
For too long, I think reclamation has taken a back seat in the mining process. And we have to understand that reclamation is a part of doing business. So we have to factor in reclamation in the cost of mining. So there's a cycle in the mining process. It's involved from the exploration stage, the feasibility stage, the mine planning for the exercise, and it ends with reclamation and closure. And sometimes there are post-closure activities that need to be monitored.
As such, the GGMC announced today plans to increase the bond which miners are required to pay to reclaim mined-out lands. GGMC wants to ensure that mined-out lands can be used for other purposes. Miners are required by law to reclaim lands which have been mined out. This is done by refilling the mining pits, planting trees, and reopening waterways which would have been blocked to make the land usable again. The move by the Chief Elections Officer of the Ghana Elections Commission, GCOM, Keith Lowenfield, to have Senior Counsel Stanley Marcus move to the courts, asking Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George to recuse herself from the hearing, the challenge in the house-to-house registration case after arguing that she is allegedly biased, is being regarded unilateral. This newscast understands that Marcus, who last appeared on GCOM's behalf unsuccessfully, arguing his case before the Caribbean Court of Justice, contends in his application that Justice George may be biased against them by virtue of a recent press statement. After she declined to grant an order restraining the house-to-house exercise and gave parties time to make further submissions, Justice George, via the Supreme Court's publicity unit, was forced to make a statement correcting misconceptions with her decision. One such misconception she corrected in her statement was claims made by Attorney General Basil Williams in sections of the press that applicant Christopher Ram withdrew his challenge. According to a statement from former Attorney General Anil Nandlal, Marcus's application contends that Justice George exhibited bias in the press statement. He said GCOM chairperson retired Justice Claudette Singh has not conveyed a meeting of the commission as yet. Nandlal questioned by what authority did Lowenfield take on the lawyer to represent GCOM. Last week, Tuesday, George denied an application for an interim conservatory order to block the Ghana Elections Commission from continuing its house-to-house exercise that began on July 20. Earlier today, a 25-year-old woman who is on remand for attempted murder was sentenced to 9 months imprisonment. Ravelina Smith of Keithy, Georgetown, was charged for unlawfully wounding Savita Prasad on April 23, 2019, at the East Lepenitence Police Station Holding Center. She was on trial before City Magistrate Faith McGusty, who found her guilty. According to reports, both Smith and Prasad knows each other since they were both inmates at the New Amsterdam prison. Smith had told the court that she was annoyed that Prasad received conjugal visits from a male police officer and gets special treatment at the prison. Prasad is currently serving a sentence on 2 charges of trafficking in person and is also charged with assaulting Smith. In light of a recent report produced by the Ministry of the Presidency, which cites that there was over 4,900 child abuse matters reported last year to the Child Care and Protection Agency, child rights organization ChildLink says more could be done to address this scourge. Communications Officer Shakita Thomas spoke with Globespan 24x7 about the report and said while it shows that there has been general increase in reported cases, it does not take away from the fact that there is a lot more work that needs to be done to address this issue.
Shows that children are speaking up more, they're talking about abuse, but yet still there's much more to be done for us with regards to preventing the abuse.
Thomas said despite this number, there are many unreported cases of child abuse that are often swept under the carpet or kept secret, which is another gray area.
So we have 801 girls being abused and 179 boys, which sums up 20% of the amount of abuse, 20% of the general total of reported cases of abuse. And you see, the thing is, child sexual abuse has been a taboo topic for years. And because of that, many children are left more vulnerable because they're unaware of what sex is. They're unaware of how I should be touched and how I should not be touched. So that's why Childing, through its CAC and through its CRA initiative and many other initiatives, has been working to educate the general public, educate parents and stakeholders that this is a conversation we need to have with our children. How young is too young? Children as young as from birth to 3 are being abused. And I also recognize in the report that between the ages of 8 to 13, boys and girls are more vulnerable to report. So we see where the need for conversation on the issue at hand is. We see where the need to sit and have the conversation with our children is, so that whenever something happens, he or she might feel comfortable or might think it's okay for me to sit and have a conversation and open up with my parents with regards to somebody touching me in an inappropriate way.
The Child Link Communication Officer also spoke about the work of her organization.
Through our CSC, our Child Advocacy Center, we have worked with, for the past 6 months, 302 children. We've offered counseling services, counseling or forensic interviewing, and most of our cases are referred to from the Child Care and Protection Agency, where reports go to them and they would refer some to us or to other CACs across Guyana. Yeah. Depending on the area in which the report was made and where the child is located. So ChildLink has been working on that through its CAC, and we're hoping to expand our services in a number of years to come. We also are working on our Recovery Safeguarding Reintegration Initiative, or the RSR initiative, where we're working with children that are placed in institutional care or working with children that are in conflict with the law, where we're working to build the capacities of the persons who are, the persons in line with children in conflict with the law, the judiciary. We're working with the homes, the institutional cares, and these places, so that children can be provided with the necessary help, the necessary support that they need when they're placed into these cares, and also at the same time their rights are being acknowledged, they're protected, and they're given the chance to grow in healthy and safe families.
Youth Parliament is popular among Commonwealth nations. It was first held in Ghana in 2000 and continued up until 2013. It was resuscitated in 2015 with support from the Ministry of Education. Since its re-establishment in 2015, the Youth Parliament has provided a platform for young people from secondary and tertiary institutions to express their opinions and present suggestions on matters affecting Guyana. Kellon Rover has that report.
A total of 35 secondary school students from all 10 administrative regions and 37 students from the University of Guyana's Tain and Turkine campuses will be participating in this year's Youth Parliament. Speaking to the media at a recent press conference, PRO at Parliament Yannick December highlighted that among the topics to be debated by the secondary students is the ban on the use of plastic, copyright laws, discipline in school, and curbing substance abuse.
Of the 5th Annual Youth Parliament is in consonance with the Parliament Office's continuing effort to sensitize the citizens of Parliament and its functions and to mold future leaders. In addition to its sensitization role, this activity will boost the students' morale and develop and hone their debating and leadership skills. In keeping with the Youth Parliament's motto, our generation, our voice, inspire, encourage.
The initiative is a tool to motivate team spirit among the youth by involving them in a parliamentary democracy, building self-confidence and leadership capability, and promote public speaking. It also educates students on principles of a democratic constitution and helps them understand the mindset, dignity, and skill required of those in such opportunities.
Now, for the week of activities, we have a fun-filled week for the students. that will be arriving on Friday, August 9th, 2019. On that day, we will have introduction and interaction, functions of Parliament. On the second day, which is a Saturday, we will have a session on leadership, which will be conducted by the Chief Executive Officer of the Rights of the Child Commission, Mr. Amar Pandey, role of members of Parliament, parliamentary etiquette and decorum, parliamentary procedures and practices, introduction to motions and discussions. Day 3, which will be the Sunday, we will have introduction to the mentors, the members of Parliament mentors, that is, group sessions on assigned motions, drafting speeches.
The 5th Annual Youth Parliament will be held from August 8 to 17 under the theme Our Generation, Our Voice to Inspire, Encourage, Impact. Kellen Rover for Globespan 24x7 News.
Thanks, Kellon. In 2 weeks, Guyanese will have an opportunity to review the final draft of Ghana's local content policy, according to the Department of Energy. Head of that department, Dr. Mark Bino, made this announcement yesterday, stating that the private sector and other stakeholders will receive this document to provide their appraisals. He said that the final draft will define what can be considered as local content, while noting that oil companies continue to submit their annual local content reports, which has seen some improvements.
The department is currently setting up a local content compliance unit. Now that unit is expected to do precisely what you're asking about. Not only to validate the information that is being provided, but also to receive any potential issues or concerns Guyanese contractors or suppliers may have. In terms of the granularity of the reports that are provided, yes, we have seen an improvement, but this is a dynamic process. And so there is still other more granular information that we've asked the operator to provide to us, that we're better able to analyze who is getting what is going where, which regions are benefiting more than others, and so that even as we seek to build capacity, we can have a more targeted and strategic approach in ensuring that all are benefiting from these resources.
The Energy Department head said that local content data from the companies indicate that more than 1,100 Guyanese are working with ExxonMobil's subsidiary, Esso Exploration and Production Ghana Limited, and its subcontractors. This is approximately 50% of the workforce in the industry. He also said that the company is working with the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, on implementing 2 pilot programs that will build capacity within the technical institutions. New York-based Guyanese entertainer Terry Gajraj, who is part of the Save Abby Foundation, just this past week came to Ghana to carry out some charitable work in the Berbice region. Gajraj spoke with Globespan 24x7 News exclusively earlier today, where he gave a background to his organization that has been doing a lot of work in many less fortunate communities across Guyana.
What we started out doing, a friend of mine, Sham Tilak from Florida, he migrated and he returned back home and he saw the need, like in the villages, for computer education. And, you know, computer is the way to go, right? So what he did, he came back and he converted his home into a computer school. And then he called upon me to help and do some fundraisers so we could maintain the school, hire the teachers, you know, take care of the children. So yes, this is our 9th year. We do a lot of fundraisers in Canada, America, you name it, you know. And then all the money from that, we take it to upkeep the school in Guyana. So we did, even one year we brought a teacher from India, taught him some music and things like that. Also, apart from the one school in Cotton Tree, we have collaborated with Nirvana organization for another school in Metamir, and we also have one in Port Morant, and we're trying to establish one in Nig Settlement, Guyana.
The Guyanese musician said from that first outreach, the team realized there was a great need for medical services. This led to Save Abby Foundation hosting a medical outreach. Gajraj said the response was tremendous and a decision was made to have this as a yearly event.
So we have gone to many, many areas like down in Mahaika, down the creek and everything. We try to do it there, Oriala, Crabwood Creek, we've done so many areas every year. And as the request comes in, folks tell us, can you do a medical outreach here for us? And then we try to do that. Most recently, we brought in like 250 wheelchairs over that. Medical beds, thousands of dollars in medication, blood pressure monitors. I mean, so much. It's a whole lot. But we also teamed up with another charitable organization called Restoring Paradise. So they also helped us.
Requests have also been made for the medical outreach to be hosted in the capital city of Georgetown.
And you've been in Guyana for the past week. What was your mission?
Oh man, this time was all charitable work. Visited a bunch of orphanages, fed the children, give them a lot of gifts. We have many containers that were mailed on with clothes, food, backpacks. I mean, we bought bicycles, a total of 15 bicycles, and we kind of raffled it off to the kids. We gave away 3 to specific kids who were really, really poor and needy. Man, school supplies, I mean, tons and tons of stuff that we did. And as well as clothing, we bought some stuff for adults as well. When I came in last Wednesday, we teamed up with Guyana Watch. They've been doing it much longer than us, the medical outreaches, right? So we checked them out as well. And then we went to Mahaika, the orphanage there. We fed them, we gave them gifts and all of that. And then obviously the big medical outreach we did was last Saturday in Yakusari Blackbush Polder. And then after that, we wanted to feed the children of the sugarcane workers because they are not employed anymore. Another organization called Service to Humanity, they're doing a tremendous job feeding, getting food to these children. So we were able to do that, and we had a big jumbo barrel of school supplies for them, slippers, lots of things that we did through the help of the folks overseas. And it's something we've been doing every year, and we will continue doing it every year in the month of July.
Despite the many good works that the Save Abbey Foundation is engaged with, they have been faced with a number of issues, particularly as it relates to bringing in charitable items to share to vulnerable groups in those communities.
That we are bringing stuff, we don't want them to give us a single dollar. But yet they would tax you, you gotta pay this, pay that, give you a hard time, you gotta bribe this one, bribe that one. Then when you bring the stuff in, they will ask, oh, can you give me so many wheelchairs? Can you give me so much medication? It's ridiculous. They don't help us at all. They're a hindrance to the groups who are coming in. Well, my group, I know for sure.
But have you made contact with the government to facilitate that?
Yes, many times.
Yeah,
and
they've never.
This government, previous government, same thing, no difference.
No.
Persons who would like to know more about the work of the foundation and would like to make a contribution to assist could visit them on www.saveabbey.org. That's www.saveabbey.org. We'll take a short break and we'll continue with our regional and international news.
We would like to ask all of our faithful viewers to kindly like and follow Globespan 24x7 Facebook page and subscribe to Globespan 24x7 YouTube channel to receive up-to-date notifications of when we are live. Globespan 24x7 has vacancies for full-time positions such as reporters, newscasters, and news editors. Persons serious about joining a new and dynamic news team are asked to send their application to careers@globespantechnology.com. Globespan 24x7 has some exciting news. As of August 10th, the social and community programs will move from Sunday at 12:30 p.m. to Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. We'll now take a look at our regional and international news. Regionally, Virgin Atlantic has announced a review to its global flying program that will cease flying to St. Lucia from June 8, 2020 for the foreseeable future. They said in a statement, the proposed changes mean we will increase flights from London Gatwick to Antigua Bustin from 3 per week to 4 per week from June 8, 2020. Our Havana service will also move from the London Gatwick to Heathrow and will remain the UK's only direct scheduled flight to Havana. It's never easy to withdraw from a destination, and it's not a decision we've taken lightly. And we'd like to thank you for your loyalty in supporting this route over the last 21 years, end quote, the Virgin statement said. After June 7, 2020, flights to Grenada and Tobago will now connect through Antigua. Additionally, changes to the Gatwick network will include new routes to North America together with joint venture partner Delta Airlines. They have announced earlier this year they intend to grow from London Gatwick with new routes to New York's JFK and Boston. Internationally, the wife of Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has applied for a forced marriage protection order in England's High Court in relation to one of her two children, Princess Haya bint Al Hussein, the 45-year-old Jordanian daughter of late King Hussein and half-sister of King Abdullah, also applied for a non-molestation order which protects her from harassment or threats. It was not clear who this order was in relation to. At the High Court of England and Wales, she also applied for wardship, which means a child is placed in the hands of the court for major decisions. A forced marriage protection order helps if someone says they have been forced into marriage or are already in a forced marriage, according to official British legal definitions. When asked about the court proceedings, an official at the London Embassy of the United Arab Emirates said the UAE government does not intend to comment on allegations about individuals' private lives. Representatives from the Sheikh did not immediately respond to requests for comment, but said that the Dubai government media office will not comment on a private matter that is being resolved in the court. And now for a look at sport. The Caribbean Premier League wishes to advise that the sale of tickets for the Ghana Amazon Warriors home matches of the 2019 Hero CPL, which was due to commence on Sunday, however, has been postponed to a later date to be announced. A media release will be issued soon advising on the new start date for ticket sale. CPL OPCO wished to apologize to all the cricket fans, especially those overseas supporters, for the inconvenience caused. After back-to-back World Cup titles, Jill Ellis is to step down as head coach of the U.S. women's football team after guiding the team to back-to-back World Cup titles. The 52-year-old, who was born in Portsmouth but moved to the U.S. as a teenager, was appointed in 2014 and led the team to their first World Cup victory in 16 years in 2015. The U.S. retained their title last month with a 2-0 win over the Netherlands. Ellis's time in charge will officially end in October upon completion of the world champions' 5-game victory tour. She currently has a record of 102 wins, 7 draws, and 18 defeats. And that has brought us to the end of today's news. Let's take a look at our major headlines. Public Infrastructure Ministry issues high tides alert. More could be done to tackle child abuse, says ChildLink. Final draft for local content policy to be released soon. GGMC discusses plans to increase land reclamation fee. And 5th Annual Guyana Youth Parliament to commence soon. Thanks for watching Globespan 24/7 News. On behalf of myself, the news and technical team. Until next time, goodbye for now.